Russ, well done. Left it late at Bradford Park Avenue, but great time to score the only goal of the game, really.
Yeah, it was. Listen, it weren't a great spectacle. Last Saturday, pitch was really dry. I think their manager commented on it as well. And the wind conditions always seems to be really windy there, very open. But we stuck at it. Not a lot of quality from both teams, but we stuck at it. And one thing we have got to be this year, whether we like it or not, we've got to be hard to beat as well. It gives you a chance. So listen, we give ourselves that chance, and we popped up with a last-minute goal, which was fantastic.
It's the age-old thing, isn't it? If you're going to do anything in a season, grit and character comes into it, and that was clearly the sort of game that came to the fore, really.
Yeah, bang on, and we're going to need it a lot more times this season. Things aren't going to go our way. Things aren't going to be how we want to go about things. But one thing for sure, if you stick in, there'll always be a chance, and we managed to put that one away, albeit the last minute.
I know it was the same for both teams. It was obviously windy up there. We could tell that on the microphone for the commentary. That didn't help, presumably. No,
listen, both teams weren't great. I think there was only one team really looking to win the game, though. That's what I will say. And you do get your rewards if you keep chipping away. But we know we've got to be a bit better. Listen, we've started the season okay for our standards, but there's a hell of a lot more to give, and that excites me because we've picked 7 points up from 12. Yeah, okay, we wanted more, but it's a good starting block and to kick on.
Yeah, it's got a better shine on it given that late goal, isn't it, really?
Yeah, listen, we've had to fight for every game, and we're going to have to fight for every game this season, whether we like it or not. There's got to be sometimes we've got to blow teams away, and sometimes we've got to really, really grit. And that was one of those games on Saturday. It wasn't pretty, but at the end of the season, no one really cares.
Great to see Zach Brown on target there.
Yeah, listen, he's worked really hard this pre-season and deserves his starting place at the moment. And you know, long may it continue. He's got a lot of qualities, and that was one of them. Just finding a position in the box, and you know, he's a big boy. He's 6'2", and he beat their captain in the air on the last minute of the game, and that's not easy to do when you're a 21-year-old. So fair play to him.
Right, back to Arbury then this weekend, and part one of a bank holiday doubleheader, Peterborough Sports.
Yeah, looking forward to the weekend. Listen, it's busy, but it's busy for everybody else. So we've got to take one game at a time. We can only control Peterborough at the moment, and we've got to pick a team to win that game on Saturday. Tough game. They've come up last season with a lot of momentum, and have brought that momentum and that form into the new league. And I think you can see that 3 teams that have been promoted are in the top 4 already, albeit 4 games, but they're confident, and Peterborough will be no different.
Yeah, you hit it the nail on the head there, really, because so often those sides do come up, they keep rolling it on, don't they?
They do. We see it in the league when the teams from National League go up and they go up again. They've got that winning mentality, and you know, sometimes that can be a great positive going into the new season, and they've kick-started the season really well. But listen, be a good game. They've got some good players. Welcome a few old boys back, and yeah, look forward to it.
Yes, 1 or 2 familiar faces.
Yeah, all good. You know, listen, I think everyone's played for Kidderminster, haven't they, in the last 20 years, and you know, we'll welcome them with open arms, but looking to win the game.
And obviously, by dint of the fact it's 2 games in 3 days, looking to get off to a good start, because you know, yourselves then you get momentum.
I think so. I think if you can pick up maximum points over the weekend, you can really kick-start your season. But you've got to need your squad this weekend. 2 games in 3 days is a ridiculous amount of football, and we're going to need everyone to get where we want to be.
Yes, if you go back, some of the older people, even older than me, look at back in the the 70s, Liverpool won the league championship and the European Cup, used only 14 players all season. It's a different game now, isn't it?
It is. They'll disagree with me, I think, but you've still got to use your squad. You've got to use it wisely, and this is why you have these reserve games in the week and top-up minutes and keeping everyone fit, so that they are ready. They've got to be players who just can't play 2 games in 3 days, or who are feeling a little bit sore on Monday morning, and you're going to have to use everyone else. So that's what squads are for. You have got options, though, that's the good thing. You've got strength in depth. We have, but like you said, those options could clearly be taken away after the first game, so you've got to be adaptable, and some of the players are going to have to play 2 games in 3 days, which is fine because we're fit enough, and I think we'll touch base after Saturday's game first and foremost. How far away is Amari Morgan-Smith? Is his weekend too soon for him to do? I think we can look on the weekend as having a starting block, really. He's got some good minutes in the week in a reserve game, and we'll see where we are come Saturday. So listen, I'd like to see him part of at least one of the game.
What do you do for reserve games, as a matter of just because there's no reserve league as such?
No, so obviously we've got a good connection with a lot of local teams around here, and they've all got reserve players as well. So we played Worcester on Tuesday night behind closed doors, and played Sporting Calce a couple of weeks ago, Bromsgrove a couple of weeks ago. So everyone needs games, everyone needs minutes. So in an ideal world you're in a reserve league, but we're just not at that depth at the moment, and we're not at the level yet. So it's better than playing yourselves on the training ground, have proper competitive minutes and getting that feel-good factor back in your bodies, really.
Alex Penny, is he sort of coming along as expected?
Yeah, so he starts his mini pre-season now, really. He's fit, but he's not fit enough to be in contention yet, so 2 to 3 weeks max, I'd like to think.
And in terms of the rest of your squads, did you come through okay after Bradley? It was on 3G, which I know doesn't suit some players.
Yeah, fitness test for Yusuf Cisse, who come off after 15 minutes on Saturday. Tom Owen Evans, doubtful for the weekend, to be honest. So, but we'll see how everyone is tomorrow. I'll give everyone the best opportunity to declare themselves fit, as we always do.
Yusuf Cisse and Tom Owen Evans, what have they done?
Tom Owen Evans, just an aggravation of a hip flexor or somewhere around that area. And Yusuf's just a bit of tendinitis in the knee, not out by the 4G last week, really. So you could tell after 5 minutes he wasn't moving right. But he's had a good week of rehab, and hopefully he can be available this Saturday.
Final point, Russ. It must be exciting for you and Jimmy, actually. Yes, frustrating maybe to a degree that you've picked up, as you say, 7 points from 12, but so much more to come from them yet. You must think, well, you know, we could do something here, really.
I hope so. I've said it on after the game Saturday to a few people. You know, it's exciting when I don't believe we've even hit 3/4 of our strength yet, and our positiveness and what we can do as a team. But that's for the lads and myself to prove that. We just got to keep chipping away and banging doors down. We are, what I will say, the results we've picked up and the performances, you know, that's still a lot of hard work that goes into those games, and you've got to find a way to win sometimes, albeit not playing at your best. But listen, we'll take each game as it comes, and I'm sure when that door opens, a whole array of performances will come.